Hi, I'm Dave Stanley. I'm the UK Technical Service Manager for Intergas. Today we're going to go through some useful tips of installing the boiler, either the HRE or the Eco RF. When tightening up the isolation valves on the jig or the remote vessel, be careful not to over tighten these valves. If you do so, you may actually turn some of the internal components. If you do, all you have to do is get a spanner and tighten up the nut either at the top of the pump or just underneath, because it may have just slackened it off and will cause a leak when filling the boiler. Also, it may have turned the cold feed on the flow switch inside the boiler, and again will need nipping up. When installing your Intergas boiler, whether it's a Eco like this one or HRE or Rapid, it's key to have a central heating filter fitted to protect the boiler and to protect you as the customer, limescale protection as well on the system. This is all part of the Part L regulations and protects you for your warranty. When installing your Intergas product, it is key that the boiler is cleaned, flushed and protected. This is done by flushing the system through and putting the correct chemicals in at each service as well as installation. An idea of doing this is to use a testing kit and taking a sample of the system to make sure it's been flushed and cleaned and protected to the highest standards. When filling your system, you need to turn the boiler to the off position. This then gives you the pressure readout in the display, also indicated by the line above the spanner to say the boiler is off. To fill the central heating system, your system will have a filling loop fitted. To do so, open the lever on the isolation valve slowly on the cold feed. Open the other isolation valve onto the central heating system slowly to hear water running into the boiler. When the central heating system is being filled, the digit here will change. Fill this to around about 1.2, but it doesn't matter if that goes over slightly. This may take some time depending on the air in the system. That's now sitting at 1.2 and your system is okay and good to go. You would also do the same procedure on annual service, checking the system pressure. Also check that the system has got the correct amount of inhibitor in the system as well at each service, but also be aware that if the pressure does drop, it will indicate by flashing 0.5. When it does so, it will range rate the heating down by 50%. Also, if it gets to 0.2, it will stop the central heating system, will leave you with hot water, but will also range rate your hot water down by about 50%, so you still have hot water on the boiler. When installing your boiler on a rear jig, as this one is, it comes with a drain off on the return. If you're going to use the remote expansion vessel, it comes with straight isolation valves and does not have a drain off. Please fit an extra drain off further on the system to drain the boiler off. When installing your boiler and fixing the condensate, you can reduce the size of the flexi anaconda that comes with the boiler. This makes it look aesthetically pleasing, but also be aware not to shorten it too much, as this needs to be removed upon service. On all Intergas boilers, they have a manual air vent, which is located on the top left hand side of the boiler. You can use your normal rad vent key just to vent the boiler before commissioning or each annual service.